First of all, Chaminade was really good in the first half. Our team was really down after last night. I think that's probably human nature. It's one of the things that's tough about that quick bounce back after you have a tough loss. But we come to Maui for a variety of reasons. Obviously, we come because it's a very prestigious tournament. There's always a star-studded field. This is one of the best fields in a long time. But you come here as a group, as a team, trying to find out your identity, trying to see who in your program has toughness, who can bounce back. We talked about it last night. What's our response to success? We've had that starting 3-0, and then what's your response to adversity? And last night was an adverse situation. There's no doubt these two guys on this stage, Patrick McCaw and Derek Jones, found it for us, particularly in the second half. We regrouped at halftime. We had great team leadership. Our guys challenged each other. And we went from down 4 to up 20 at the end of the game. Quick turnaround again tomorrow. Tremendous respect for Coach Crean, Indiana, and their program. We'll be challenged, no doubt, but I was very proud of our team. It was one of those that we had to fight today, and it was way more about ourselves than anything else. But we found a way to play hard in the second half. We found a way to play together, to share the ball, to play inside out, and we only turned the ball over 10 times for the game, which was a huge thing. And I thought that Patrick McCaw and Derek Jones made huge plays down the stretch, and we did a good job guarding them.
All right, let's take questions for the players. Please raise your hand. We'll bring you a wireless mic. Oh, left side, second row.
Hey, Derek, what was said in the locker room at halftime when you guys were down, and what were you thinking personally because you were a lot more aggressive in the second half?
The coaches just told us we got to be more aggressive and lock down on defense a lot more and get a lot more rebounds. So we all went out and we all played aggressive, and we got the win.
Other questions? Front row, left side.
For Pat, just, Dave talked about it a little bit. The frustration of last night seems like it kind of bled over into the first half here. I mean, is that accurate? Do you think it was a little bit of a hangover? And just what are your thoughts on what you guys were able to do then in the second half?
Yeah, for sure it was. It was a tough loss. We wish we would have came out with the win against UCLA, but we came in, we got together as a team once we got back to the hotel, and we just get ready for Chaminade. We had to fight through adversity and bounce back. We took a tough loss. Coach Rice just ensured that, that we become prepared for Chaminade. I know we came out a little slow. We had to fight through the aches and pains, but after the second half, Coach Rice was just preaching, we got to bring energy and effort in the second half and play runner-up basketball, and that's what we did.
Again, front row.
Just for you again, Pat, there seemed to be a couple of times, I think it was mainly in that's big run in the second half, you just decided to kind of take over on offense, whether it's threes, driving. Like, do you kind of change your mentality throughout a game based on, because you can be the point guard, you're kind of 1 through 3. Are there times where you just decide, okay, these next few possessions, I'm going?
No, I just try to find myself playing in the floor of the game. Coach Rice wants me, be aggressive and assert myself on the floor, and when the opportunities come for me, I'm just ready to, take them. But no, I just try to play in the floor of the game. I don't try to be, too aggressive or, take too many shots. I just play the game.
Derek, could you sense that the team was down a little bit after last night and not quite ready to play in the first half?
Yeah, we was down, but we got to come back, and we had to battle through adversity and come back and get this win today. So we was watching film last night, and we came back and we played hard, and we got the win.
What was Coach Rice's attitude like at halftime? Was he ticked off at you guys? Were the coaches trying to light a fire under you, or what was going on?
The coaches know what we can do, and they know what we're capable of, and they just wanted us to go out and play a lot harder, and they knew we wasn't playing at our full potential, so they just wanted us to go out and play a lot harder. So, if they came in the locker room and they was fired up, they had a reason to be, so they just came in and got us fired up too.
Thanks, Derek. Brian in front.
Hey, Derek, that dunk you had where you got a running start in the second half, what did you kind of see and what did you think of that play and maybe compared to the one you had that kind of made the rounds on TV last week?
I don't know. I mean, I just caught the ball, and they overplayed me, so I just crossed over and went down the lane and did what I do.
It's an everyday occurrence.
All right, we'll let the guys get back to the locker room. Thank you for your time. Let's take questions for Coach Rice. Left side, second row.
Dave, just to follow up on that, what was your, attitude towards the team at the half? You obviously weren't happy with the way the team, the energy, the lack of defense, and a lot of the things you saw in the first half.
Yeah, I think it'd be easy to go in the locker room and have it be all about getting a pound of flesh. But confidence is a shaky thing. When you've got a group that came in, that prepared hard, that played extremely hard last night, had things not quite go our way down the stretch and lost a game, there's a fine line between going in and blasting them and giving them confidence. And so at halftime, no doubt that we got after him. I got after him pretty good. But it was more about playing an attack, giving them confidence that we can go do this together. When we have to go do this together, we played hard for 4 games for the UCLA game, and we didn't play as hard as we need to play in the first half. We didn't play nearly as well together. And you know what? It's time. Everything that we have an opportunity to achieve this year is still there. And I thought the guys really responded. I thought Ben Carter and Jerome were fantastic. I thought one of the keys to the game today, particularly in the second half, was Jerome looking for other guys. And even though he only got 3 assists in the game, I mean, he only took 5 shots because he was making a conscious effort to be a point guard and get other people involved. And I thought that was a big difference in the game, particularly in the second half.
Third row, go ahead.
How concerned are you with the free throw issue only 5 games into the season? And other than just putting up more shots in practice, what can be done to maybe make it more consistent?
I think the biggest challenge for me right now, the challenge all season long is that we've got a very deep, talented team, and only 5 guys can start and only 5 guys can play at a time. We have to continue to buy into team. That's the biggest challenge for the season. We can have a successful season. I think the biggest challenge for me right now is, again, finding that balance. Our guys are playing with a tremendous amount of pressure. And my job as a coach is to make the game fun. Basketball is supposed to be fun. When you play in Las Vegas, it's a privilege to put that UNLV uniform on. There's great tradition. But I don't want our guys to have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Let me handle that. Let the coaches handle that. That's my job. They came to UNLV to play. Our fans were fantastic. Our fans were so good through those runs. They were great last night against UCLA. They were great today. Hundreds of UNLV fans that are here. But my job is to take some of this pressure off these kids. Now, the pressure is to play hard. The pressure is to play together. But our guys are playing with such an expectation level on them that I think it's taking some of the fun out of the game. And I got to take some of that off them because we got good players and we're going to have a good team. But we got to find that balance, and that's my job to do that.
Left side, second row.
Talk about tomorrow's matchup with Indiana. I'm not sure how much you've seen the Hoosiers, but obviously they got 2 dynamic guards in Farrell and Blackman. And just talk, if you can, talk about that matchup and the importance of this game.
We've watched those guys. Obviously, Yogi Ferrell, I watched an AAU with Indiana Elite. And Blackman, I watched Indiana last year, and they're fantastic. Throwing Troy Williams and their interior attack. It's similar to the UCLA game. It's great balance. It's the interior players. It's perimeter guys that can shoot the ball, that can handle the ball. Yogi Ferrell's a tremendously difficult matchup for anybody. I watched Indiana a lot the last many years. I have a lot of respect for Tom, how hard his teams work, and we watched him a little bit yesterday, and then our coaches watched him today. And it'll be a battle. But we got to keep the ball in front of us. We got to contest shooters, and we got to limit our turnovers. The formula is the same for us all season long. Plan attack, get to the free throw line, make our free throws on the defensive end, contest shots, rebound the ball. It's a formula for everyone across the country.
Left side, second row.
Back to the expectations and the pressure. Where does that come from then? Because what in terms of the NCAA tournament or conference titles, that hasn't been there. So what is the pressure?
I just think these kids are such great kids. They want to do well. They want to please our coaching staff. They want to please their families. They want to please themselves. They want to please the fans. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a matter of just making sure that it's fun and we play hard and understanding that good things will happen for us. The only pressure there is to play hard and play together. And if we do that, we'll have a successful season. And so we've got great kids, and I thought we played very, very well in the second half.
Let's take 2 final questions for Coach. Front row.
Can you just expand a little bit on what Ben Carter has been able to do out here? It seems like both games he's been a pretty consistent guy at both ends for you.
Ben's our glue guy, makes big plays. He's a leader on and off the court. He's a terrific rebounder. He's got a high basketball IQ. We can run anything with him in the game. He plays multiple positions. He's a coach's son, so that's something that's a positive for him. And he's a guy that's got the respect of his teammates because of how hard he works and how much he's committed to team. But he was certainly a difference maker in today's game, and he's been good for us all season long.
1 final question.